Greetings, parents and guardians. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about the 4-year-old sensation, Miss Shirley. I do have to announce my copyright disclaimer. You can read it here on the screen under Section 107, Copyright Act 1976. So let's get into this. For those who don't know, Miss Shirley is a 4-year-old little girl, TikTok sensation when she started the boots on the ground. And she's been going to different events that started off small, doing that dance. And she actually got to meet the maker, the song maker. And I'm not sure who that gentleman is, but he's a pretend uncle or something like that. She ended up on Jennifer Hudson's show doing it with Niecy. Now, that is a lot of exposure for a baby. And then these meetups started, and there was concerns about that. Now, they started off, you know, like they say, kid friendly. So, they were tame. They were tame, as you see there, she's got a little head on her hip and back, letting the backbone slip, but it's not crazy. But then it started being a little bit too much. That's just too much for a 4-year-old, in my opinion. You're asking for trouble. So then there became more meetups, and they're saying that she was in adult bars and different adult events. And if you notice all these pictures, nothing but adults. A lot of grown men around. And even men were making comments. Now, when men start making comments that this little girl is being too grown and being too exposed, that's a problem. She's even being compared to Shirley Temple. Little Shirley Temple back in the day. For those of you who don't know, I'm just going to let the pictures speak for themselves. And this is true. This is what happened with Shirley Temple, always around a bunch of men, and they were kissing on her like she's a woman. I know you also remember that little girl, John Bonet, who was also forced by her parents to perform and dress up, looking way, way too grown doing these pageants. And we all know what happened with her, unfortunately. And then it's alleged that Miss Shirley has a OnlyFans page, which turned out Mama had to come and correct everybody that it's a Facebook group for only her fans. So she had to rename it so there was no misunderstandings. But again, Miss Shirley's events are just very, very, they're a lot. They're a lot. A lot of people are concerned, and Mama is snapping back. So this is Miss Shirley. My concern, Mama, and I don't think a lot of people are really thinking about it, especially if there's money involved, which I'm sure there is she getting her knowledge that she needs to get at that age? ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I don't see any pictures of her actually playing, being a little girl and playing. She's learning all these routines and whatnot. When did she have time to play? When did she have time to learn ABCs and 1, 2, 3s? One YouTuber commented that she know her name, how to write her name, how to spell her name. Does she know her mom's full name, daddy's full name? What about bullying or other kids bullying her because she's getting so much attention? Kids get jealous. And then there's this problem. Because while you are putting all this stuff on the internet, that is a pedophile's playground now, thanks to COVID. They don't have to go to the schools and hunt for them and wait for them to come to the mall. They go right online where the kids are. Now, baby girl's not online, but you are. You're putting all her information out there. These predators don't even have to look for her because you have all her information out there. So they know exactly where she is, when she's going to be there, what she's going to be doing, when to meet up, and so on and so forth. Just something to think about. Protect the baby at all costs. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, please support the channel through Cash App with $demand answers. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And thank you so much for tuning in.